No doubt our dogs and cats are pretty darn smart. In some ways, maybe smarter than us, at least more cunning. It seems they can get into things, and they do it all the time, that they shouldn't get into, like our own pills, according to Dr. Heather Loenser of the American Animal Hospital Association.
Just having the things around that treat our common illnesses like arthritis, colds, difficulty sleeping, depression, all those medications are actually the top calls that poison control hotlines get, is because the dog has hopped up on the counter or the pills have fallen off and they've gotten it in and they've gotten themselves poisoned. And the craziest calls we get sometimes are people that have the pill bottles that have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like with multiple different pills in that. And then you can have a dog that has eaten the contents of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we have a true mixture of a bunch of crazy drugs that we absolutely need help figuring out. So when you have your medicine and your dogs and cats, keep it up off of the counter, up in a cabinet, and close the door. Ideally, it would be great if it were locked, but just closed would be fantastic.
Well, that's okay.
We just don't want them on the counter.
Another household item to be concerned about, chocolate. Certainly something you don't want your pets to get into.
A lot of people get really, really worried about it when their Great Dane is eating an M&M. And it's important to remember that chocolate is dose dependent. So there's definitely a toxic dose. The darker the chocolate and the smaller the dog, the more we worry. White chocolate has basically none of the compounds in it that have toxicity associated with it. So white chocolate, I'm not too worried about. You could have vomiting and diarrhea from it, but not a lot of the bad side effects like racing heart rate, tremors, and seizures that we see with dogs that have gotten into a high dose of chocolate.
You may not realize that products even have xylitol in it or know what xylitol is, but here's what you should know. Our pets need to be kept away from it.
I think it's becoming more and more common. People are knowing what it is. Xylitol starts with an X, XY, xylitol, and it's a sugar substitute that we know is in gum. And I think most people realize that it's in sugar-free gum, but it's also hiding in things like children's toothpaste, in mouthwash, and most recently, as I know you know, peanut butter.
Yes.
And we're using peanut butter, to give our dogs treats, to hide pills, but do read the label and make sure that it doesn't have any of this artificial sweetener in it.
And finally, even simple headache medicines can cause a much bigger headache if furry paws get a hold of them.
So this is an instance where something that's safe for us isn't safe for our pets. And that's a great transition to cat toxicities, because one of our top cat toxicities is actually Tylenol. And Tylenol is something that infants can get, toddlers can get to treat their aches and pains. Only one 250 milligram tablet, which is basically the common size, that can kill a cat. Just them chewing on that. It can cause liver failure and red blood cell damage. So again, human medicines, pop them up inside the cabinet. Cats also seem to like a certain kind of antidepressant. So if you have antidepressants lying around, again, keep those away from your cats. Because as hard as it is to pill a cat, there's something about these pills that the kitties like. Another medicine that we run into is cats getting either dog flea medication put on them or flea medication that's the wrong dose for them. So if you're going to get flea medication over the counter, read the label very, very carefully. I'd rather people get the flea medicine from their veterinarian and make sure it's the right kind for their cat.
It doesn't take much for us to put common items away. We just need to be aware, and you can learn more ways to protect your pets from household dangers at aaha.org. I'm Steve Dale.